Alrighty, who do we got in here? Sorry, traditionally late again. I actually moved the live back about a little over an hour so that I could join the rest of the family for a dinner out at Buffalo Wild Wings. So that's why we're starting as late as we are. So yeah, I had to race back and try to pull all this shit together. But dang Ross, what's up? How are you? Marco in the house. Neil, how you doing, sir? Good to see you. Ground fog. Good to see you. Good to see you. How is y'all's week? There's Bert Relic. Yo, what's up, man? How y'all doing? So, yeah, I got into trouble at Late Show as as far as financially draining myself. I could not. It's absolutely nuts. This is my third year in a row, and the first year I went like dirt cheap on food and lodging because I camped, right? So I went dirt cheap on all of that in order to spend the most amount of my dollars that I had on the actual knives, and and I didn't have a whole lot at that point. So I probably spent about 12 to there we go. Whew. Freaking StreamYard internet doing that shit again. I went black for a second there. I thought that y'all were gonna lose me. But yeah, so then the second year I spent a little bit more money on lodging, and I had some more finances to budgeted for the show, and I spent a little bit more money on food. I bought G-Ball and Heyman and his wife. I paid for their meal for dinner one night. Uh, Very happy to do that. Wonderful people. And then and then I spent probably about $1,500 on knives. So this year I had to spend even more money on lodging because I didn't get the hotel deals that I got the year before. I was able to get the family discount through my mother-in-law's um, connections with the hotel chain that she was employed with, and she still had her family discount thing. So this year I did not have that, so I had to pay full price, but I went with a very, very cheap hotel that was really close to the Airbnb that Stevie and Sharif and Scooter and all of them were staying at. Um, so that was wonderful. That worked out great because we were literally I was right down the street, down the street, around the corner, and down the other street. So it was like we were like 3 minutes from the house, from the hotel. So that worked out great. So that when we wanted to go hang out over there with them, it wasn't another 15 to 25 minute drive. So that worked out pretty well. But it was a little bit more money spending on the hotel, and then but I spent well over $2,200, like $2,500 on knives. Yeah, it was bad, but I had saved up. I worked the two jobs and worked my butt off with the two jobs for 5.5 months so that I could build up those funds. So I could splurge a little bit more. I felt like I deserved it, right? So y'all ready? Y'all want me to go ahead and get in to what all I picked up because I got some interesting stuff. I've already started to put out a couple of YouTube videos on some of the items. The first one that I really, if you haven't seen it yet, really want you to watch it because it's a new knife company. They were around last year, but they really didn't have their shit together per se. Trying to say that as respectfully as possible. But this year, like, they showed up and they showed up guns blazing, like some really cool stuff. That's that video and I have where I showed three knives, and two or yeah, three knives, and two of them had these interesting new locks. And one of them was this guy, really really cool knife, and it has that barreled spring lock on the back side that is sort of like a shark lock, but not really. The design of it, the mechanics are just a little bit different. If anything, I don't know. Comparatively, I would say they're just about as strong as each other. Um, as far as smoothness goes, I don't know. I kind of like this better. I do like this. I like this guy very much, and so that's a really cool knife design, lock design on a really sweet knife. So go watch the video. I go a little bit more into it, and I actually had some photos that I took of their display boards at the show, at Blade Show, of the blueprints of how their locks work. So that was like, it's really really cool. The next one that I showed that has a little bit different of a lock. It's actually right in there. It's this guy, and it's kind of the same thing. You're sliding them back, sliding them down. But yeah, it's a little bit different, and I like it as well. It's really cool. Out of the two, out of these two, I did not mention this in the video, but out of the two, I like this one better, just a little bit better. I feel like the rocker release on this one is a little more difficult to get to, so just a little bit more of a challenge. Whereas this guy is like, that's super simple. It's right there, right there. So out of these two lock mechanisms, I like this one better. But this, and the way that they did the scales, and then the way that they did the blade right here, is freaking gnarly. So I kind of like this. If I'm not in a hurry to use it, obviously doesn't have a thumb stud or fuller. It has these grooves, this dremeled rock pattern type deal. It's got and it's magna cut. It's got a few on that side where they put the magna cut, and it's more aggressive on this side. So there's no thumb stud. I can. It's a little bit of a challenge to try to get. I mean, I really I can't get it. I can't get it. The way the lock mechanism holds it down, holds its detent when it's closed. I like to just simply pinch the blade to get it past that detent, and then slow roll it with my thumb. That's really how I like to open this thing. Unless I'm in a hurry, then I'll grab the roller. It'll kick out, and then you just use gravity and a little bit of a flick, and you got it open. This one's actually got some nice solid thumb studs on it, to flick it open. But then you can also use the lock itself, because once that lock is pulled back, that total free balling, free falling type deal. So those were really cool. And then the other one that's in the video my son got, it's got the same lock as this guy. And then they had another couple knives that were really cool. But those are the two that I grabbed, and then I bought my son the one that he has, and they're very well priced. Both of those under $200. Like this one, Magna Cut, titanium, $200. This one, I think I paid like 125 or 130. S35BN blade steel, really good price points. Oh, a fun one that I picked up. I got the ProTech Oligarch, and this is the Blade Show exclusive one. Hey, there's B&A. What's up, B&A? No, I didn't, honey. So this is the Blade Show exclusive one, black coated blade, and aluminum handle with the battle worn green color. and the actuation button is got a nice little dab of carbon fiber in there, just like some swirled carbon fiber. So this is a really cool Oligarch. Really liked this design when it came out, and it's a Sinkovich design. Tells you right there, Sinkovich. If the camera would focus on it, I don't think it's going to.
I got you some free photos.
Okay, cool. But yeah, they're numbered. And what number do you guys think I got? I don't know if the camera's going to focus on it well enough. I don't think it is. I need to. I guess I need to upgrade my my StreamYard so that you guys can get better quality feed. But then you'll see all my imperfections on my face. All my scars and everything will pop up. I don't know if y'all want to see that. You'll find out how ugly I am in person. But it's number 69 out of 110. That's the one I got. Number 69. So yeah. The guy at the Protect booth there, he asked me, he's like, hey, out of 110, what you got any number that you would have a preference over? Give me your top two preferred numbers. And I said, well, if you got 69, I absolutely want 69. If not, let's go with see if you got 88, because 8's my lucky number. 69 is my favorite. 8 is my lucky number. So double eights is just. But yeah, he had 69, so he hooked me up with 69. I did get in this video I posted yesterday. I did get Loot 10 Tex. Loot 10's new breed EDC. I got it. The wingspan, badass. Oh, I love that blade shape. Such a cool knife. This is one of the one-offs. It's got just a little bit of an issue on a couple of the jimping grooves not being cut deep enough or properly for solid front flipping action. So I gotta take drag the Dremel out and see if I can improve that just a little bit, and make that happen so I can front flip the shit out of this thing, because it is a badass knife. This is my second knife with that twill carbon fiber, and I absolutely love it. I am really digging that twill carbon fiber. It kind of has like that sheen, shine, glimmer, glisten when you turn it a little bit, So that's really cool. I did pick up the Pictus in the topo pattern. And God, I love topo pattern. And it made my oldest son really jealous, because he's starting to get into topo too. But yeah, this is a Gecko's custom, and so they got the gecko holding. I don't know what knife it's holding, but it's got that gecko lizard holding a knife. What's really sweet is this sucker's an S90V. The other guy's MagnaCut S30V. I believe that the ProTech is in MagnaCut as well. Yep, MagnaCut's kind of becoming more of a gold standard, which I'm glad it's replacing M390, because I was really getting sick of seeing so much freaking M390. Of course, at the Kaiser dinner, which was interesting because the Kaiser dinner this year had a smaller crowd than the last 2 years. They had 100 of these things, the Kaiser Drop Bear, where they did the whole 12th anniversary. This party down there, like there's graffiti words filled throughout the inside of the scales here. There's the Atlanta and the Kaiser meet. And so I think it says fun on there somewhere. Hey, Bluminati. What's up, Bluminati? Oh, dang, Ross, don't hold on. Wait, I haven't gotten there, dude. I have not gotten there. It is a sweet knife, though. We're not doing a call on that one because I absolutely love it. But we'll get to that one. We will get to that one. I know you would love for me to do a goal for that. Maybe possibly down the road. For me, don't hold me to it, but that would be a sweet Christmas giveaway. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be a good Christmas time giveaway? I might be able to pull that off for you guys. Might be able to pull that off. Don't hold me to it, but I will see what I can do. Yeah, Neil. Right. No, sir. you gotta be shitting me. So, you know, Suburban actually likes this knife. He likes the drop bear, and he kind of likes this one with the whole graffiti thing with the clear acrylic overlays. So, I thought about doing a giveaway with this guy, but his Suburban really digs it. Like, he was constantly checking it out. Really liked it. So there's all of those. Oh, here's one. Here's one. I want to test y'all on this one. Y'all try to guess which company makes this knife. Here's your first attempted clue. State and Union. Okay? State and Union. Wired compact deep carry pocket clip, crowned back spacer, and a nice poppin' blue. Really dig that blue. It is a lockback. B&A, shut the hell up. I haven't even opened up the blade yet, and B&A is already calling it. He's absolutely right. This is a KBAR. I could not believe when, and I was actually with Mark, with Luke 10. He and I and his wife were walking around for a little bit together. And then we kept just constantly bumping into each other as we were hitting different spots of the showroom floor. But we were both at the KBAR booth. Oh, excuse me. And we were both looking at these guys, the State and Union lockbacks. And what's insane, like, not only is KBAR spitting something out like this, which is really cool and very different from their typical jam, their typical bread and butter, but it is a hollow ground blade. Hollow ground. I promise you, it's hollow ground. And USA made, of course, KBAR. I don't know where they put it. Oh yeah. They put it right here in the forward choil area. But it's an S90V. This is a hollow ground S90V. And I want to say it was like 110, 120 bucks. Almost nothing for a hollow ground S90V. It's some kind of a fancy G10 and micarta mixture. Makes it very grippy. I'm going to take this thing camping with me or backpacking with me, whatever I end up doing, and running it through its paces. I want to see how well this guy does with food, with some minimal food prep, and just in a wet and greasy environment. I really want to see how this handle material does as far as grippiness, texture goes. Because right now, when it's dry, it's got some nice texture, provides a really good grip, and I just, blade shape is a sweet blade shape. Oh yeah. Bringing. Let me. So last day of Blade Show, Monday. So it was the day after Blade Show, Monday, when my son and I we slept in a little bit. And packed up and everything, and got kicked out of the hotel almost right at 11 o'clock when we left is when checkout is supposed to be. They literally, like, as we were walking out our hotel room door, the roommates were all like ready to freaking ransack our room and strip sheets and go straight to work like the second we walked out of our room because that's how close it was to the bed. What? There we go. I'm back. Is that blacking out on you guys, or is it just on my end? Like my screen goes black, and then I get the little time clock swirl thing, and then I finally show back up again. I don't know. Is that what you guys are getting too? Because it's happened twice now. Um, but yeah, so when I went back to Stevie's place to get a couple of things that I had sitting out and left there for them to use later that night. Okay, so I did freeze for a second. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so when that happens again, I have to stop freaking talking.
Riley's on the game system.
Oh, is he?
He's on the PlayStation.
Oh, Marco says keep drinking, it goes away. So Stevie, as I was done packing those few things up, Stevie runs out of the house because I was not going to bother them because it was still it was before noon on Monday after an insanely long Blade Show weekend that we had. So I was not going to knock on the door to say goodbye or anything. But Stevie comes running out and he's like, hey, Urban, do you want this? Because Scooter left it behind. It is Penelope Bourbon. It's a bourbon whiskey. It's still a whiskey. It's only 80 proof, so 40% alcohol. But it's a 4 grain, and it's actually pretty. I don't know if I probably had this before. I've tried as so much over the past 20 years. I've tried so many different whiskeys and bourbons, but yeah, and what Marisol, he can't. It's not really a run, but it's a hustle. Stevie will put on a little bit of a hustle if he's trying to catch somebody. So yeah, right, Marco. Call it a fast stroll. No, yeah, I mean he can move if he wants to. Stevie can put on a good hustle if he feels that he needs to. But yeah, so he Scooter left this behind, so Stevie gifted it to me and said, "Hey, if you're gonna drink it, take it." And I said, "Hell yeah, I'll take it. I'll drink it for sure." So Mrs. Urban, come here. Come here, sweetheart.
Can I have some of it?
Only if I get a little bit of it too.
I'll make you laugh.
Thank you.
Right? On the rock?
On the rocks. Yes, please. Yay. So yeah, good. It's good. Some good stuff. Hey, Ed. How are you?
Yeah, Ed.
So yeah, I thought this was really cool, and for S90V for like $110, yeah, it was hard to say no. It's also the spine of the blade is crowned over too. So yeah, just really interesting, and it'll be fun to see how that handle material it holds out. So let's go ahead and get it over with for who was it who mentioned it? Oh, so you did B&A? You did check out the tack knife? So there it is. It's unnamed, and that's a nice sheep's footy blade to it there. It's like a modified sheep's foot drop point, reverse tanto. I don't know what you want to call that blade, but and it's got that stone textured handle, just like totally dimpled up, like a chunk of rock, and frame lock, solid clip. It's not a deep carry, but solid clip, great retention in the pocket. And what's cool is it's got your full groove plus the cutout plus the thumb studs, and the thumb studs are removable. So if you are an anti thumb stud person for some reason, you can get rid of those thumb studs if you want. It's got the nice flat right here, so you can choke up on it. Thank you, honey. Cheers, everybody. So yeah, and it's a front flipper. It's a good front flipper, a really good front flipper. So yeah, that's the TAC Unnamed. So if y'all got any good eligible names for this guy, I'm all ears, and I'll pass it along. Boo, Boo Fam. I spent some good chunks of time with him, as much as I could, despite the fact that I was trying to do my thing and he was like running 100 miles an hour through Blade Show, trying to say hey to everybody. That dude knows everybody. Everybody knows Boo, right? Boo Fam. He was manning the Remet booth, but he's also good friends with the guy who designed him and had this done. So I if you got any good names, I'll pass it along to Boo, and Boo will make sure. I cannot remember. I tried twice to catch his name and remember it and failed. But the guy who designed this for yeah. Yeah, God, I can't remember that dude's name. But yeah, if you got a good name for this, we're all ears. Any suggestions? Yes, absolutely. Dang Ross, you that was explained to me. You can position those thumb studs wherever you want along that channel. So.
Oh, tell him I had an interview today.
Yeah, Mrs. Urban had a new interview today. So now that she's well, you still have to take your exam
on July 8th.
On July 8th
for my board.
For her boards, but she graduated from school as an RN. So congrats to her.
And I had an interview at the hospital.
But yeah, sweet knife. And my favorite is the sound it makes when it closes. Yeah, a nice little ringy ting ting. Good whiskey. But then while I was at the concept booth, I went and grabbed a tipper, the concept tipper, which is a Scott Stills Edgy Blade Works. There's a little E. So I got a tipper. I got the fancier version with the Damascus blade because, again, it's a really sweet knife, a really awesome, unique design. I love the different take that he puts on a Tonto blade shape with the tipper here, and it was his first folder design. So I felt like I needed to have some version of the tipper. And Concept did a really good job. They really did do a solid job. It's nothing like like his customs, but they did do a really bang up job with these. Again, because it's such an awesome knife. So I insisted on having one of these tippers because I went and pulled the trigger and got the Grunt. The Edgy Blade Works, Scott Stills design Grunt. And if you don't know how it got named the Grunt, it got named not so much because of Grumpy Grunt, but Grumpy Grunt had influence on Scotty with naming it the Grunt. It's named the Grunt because this knife was the design. The first one was made Scott wanted to make something to kind of dedicate to veterans, combat veterans that were on the ground in war and combat. And so I know this. I believe this was number. This is his ninth one that he's made. Number 9. It's in Magna Cut, and it's got this wicked. I forget what he called it. It's some kind of a carbon fiber, but it's different from any other carbon fiber that any production knife company has ever put on anything. It's one of those one-off type carbon fiber uh, handle scales materials, and it's got like that nice dark rich green in the um, polished. It's not. It's like a polished stonewash blade. Good jimping. I absolutely love these thumb studs. These thumb studs are really cool. Like gives like the whole hourglass between the two of them, and it's in Magna Cut. So I love that. Granted, Grumpy got his for free as it was a winning for from Veterans Day, I guess 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. And then Beard of Doom, Kevin, he won last year's Veterans Day giveaway, and again, I'm not so lucky, so I had to pay for mine, and I really loved the mashup between the handle and the blade and all the materials used for this one. So I pretty much insisted on Scott from on Thursday. I was like, dude, I want that. I want that so bad. I'm got money in hand. I want it. I'm ready for it. Please let me have this one. Reminded him that I was a combat veteran, and he was like, yeah, I he was like, come by in the first hour of the show, and if nobody who had, because I got to be a I got to be a what do you call it, exhibitor. I had the exhibitor badge thanks to Sharif Manganis and repping Manganis Steel booth at the show. So I got to, which was a very cool, very fun experience, and I cannot thank Sharif enough. I know he was super grateful for me and what I did for him and the extra stuff that I brought, things that there was no way he was going to be able to bring it from all the way from California. But I brought those anti-fatigue floor mats, and I brought some extra larger size folding chairs, more comfortable chairs, and I brought a bunch of snacks so that he didn't have to worry about being hungry and trying to get one of us to come by and watch his booth so that he could get something to eat or go bring him something to eat. I provided him with some high energy snacks, and then I had that one of these great big full computer sized monitors that we uploaded a bunch of his photos of his knives onto, and had that running as a slideshow so that people could see that. I had that set up on a nice stand on one end of his table, and just every morning showed up. I actually, Thursday we rolled in together, but Friday he beat me there by maybe 5 minutes. But Saturday, I had my son Cody and we were there, and I was setting up his booth before he got there. So I tried to do that at least one of the days to really help him out, but and kind of just be able to be like, look, boss, I'm here before you. So no, it was great. It was really fun. Really cool experience doing it from the exhibitor side, from running a booth side of things. I do feel a little bit bad because, like, after we set up and had him settled and good to go, a couple, like Friday and Saturday, he ran off to go get one thing or another thing. or say hi to a couple people before the show really got started, and we got a good amount of people flowing in. But then after that, I pretty much, me and my son just bounced. We were just like, sure, if you good, you got everything you need, you set. All right, see ya. And we bounced and did our thing and enjoyed the show. But so yeah, no, Sharif and I reached out to him probably about a month and a half, about 5 or 6 weeks before the show, and was like, look, I know you come from California. I know there's only so much you can bring. I've been to a lot of trade shows and a lot of these type of floor room shows for different, all sorts of different things in my life. Mostly thanks to my dad. Boat shows are a lot of fun too. Those are really cool, and that's a totally different animal. But trying not to get off on other tangents. Pull myself back. Come on, Urban. But yeah, so I reached out to him and I was like, hey, there's some things that would make this all so much better for you, more comfortable, smoother, and there's extra nice things to have, including a fan. I brought the fan. Here, let me show you guys the fan. I have it right here next to me. So this thing is on Amazon, and I want to say I paid like $8 or $9 for it. It's got adjustable spin dial. Well, I mean, each level you get a little click on the dial, but it's got like 7 or 8 settings to it, and it's 2 fans, and each fan head is on its own swivel, so you can angle them in different ways, and it's USB-C plug. And it has a nice base, and you can actually pull these off, and it reveals like that silicone sticky pad like you have for your phone holders in the car, so you can mash this down somewhere and really not have it go nowhere. But this fan was a freaking lifesaver for all of us. Anybody who came by and sat down with him behind his table, like, just enjoyed having this little fan thing going. Because it gets stuffy in there and it gets warm, and if you're stuck behind one of the tables behind the booth and can't really move around and get some airflow going past you, it sucks. So that fan was a lifesaver. And then he declared the thick memory floor mats were awesome as well. He was super appreciative of that, and I knew he would be, because like if I was running that booth, if it was my booth, my table, I would want those things. Like, they were kind of like, for me, they were a must. So I was really, really happy to help him out and set him up with that. So yeah, so I have, and then of course Edgy, Scott gave me a shirt. So I got that with the rhinos, which is freaking awesome. The knife comes in the knife case with a black Forrest Hank. But then he also had Forrest paid like a pile, like he had probably about 15 to 20 Hanks for the Edgy Blade Works, and then he had actually probably even more from Manganus Steel for Sharif's table. But this one he had in the pile, and I really, really like this one. Like this one with the, where did I set the damn right down? Oh, right here. So yeah, this Hank with this knife just looks freaking sick together. I'm gonna do a video on this this guy and highlight the tipper, but I'll be taking some photos with this Hank as well, because that's those just look so freaking good together. Really, really love that Hank. And then out of the ones that he made for Sharif, for the Manganus ones, this particular blue, really, really liked it. The blue and the black. Again, and here I've got Sharif's knife and my bottom drawer, right here. So yeah, Got the Aurelia right there. Sharif's booth did really good. He sold more than 50% of his inventory. I think he was close to like 65%. So he came with like 40, 42 knives, something like that. And he sold like 25 of them, 25, 26 of them. He did pretty darn good, especially for his first year. And as much as we felt like we were both very excited about the location of his table, in fact that it was right across from Tops, but we didn't realize like on the map of the Blade Show floor, we thought it was just like a little right there at the end of his row where his table was. It looked on the map like that was just like a drink station and a trash can. But actually, I mean, it was. They did have it there, but there was actually a foundation structural support pole, like a big one of those big poles. Man, that support beam was probably 4 foot by 4 foot wide. Like it was this massive pole. Had a bunch of fire extinguishers around it, and some outlets on it and everything. Which it was nice having the outlets because we had I had power cords, and that way we could power the fan and my photo monitor thing, and Sharif could have his card reader and Apple tab, iPod, whatever. Um, that Apple product shit. He had that so that he could do transactions for people that didn't want to pay cash or didn't have enough cash. But yeah, no, he did really good. I feel that he and I both feel. I think that he had a successful first year selling. I really believe and hope that he feels that he did extremely well too. Um, and then let's see, was that all the knives? Oh, hold on a second. I'll be right back. I gotta get one from the other one that I purchased that I purchased for Cody from QSP, and this one might surprise you a little bit too. Be right back. Hey, Cody. Slid on Zoro's bed. You see that? You see that? I'm surfing on Zoro's bed. Almost busting my ass.
I would have liked to see that.
Yeah, that would have been funny. And my dog's bed's right down here on the floor, and right by the door to our bedroom, and I slid on it. It almost fell over. But here's the QSP Penguin, and it has this new G10 type. It almost looks like carbon fiber, but it's a mashup of a couple of materials. But G10, I believe, is the base. What?
Not. I think it's tinfoil.
And tinfoil.
Yeah, I think it's tinfoil.
So aluminum foil
Yes,
or something or whatever. But really, really interesting handle material, and the depth that you get out of it, the layering of it is like really, really sweet. It's really, really sweet. So I gotta do a video on this guy as well because it is super cool. And it's got one of their versions of a crossbar slide lock right here. So ambidextrous, nice jimping on it. So yeah, and then the blade steel is 14C28N. So we picked up this guy, I think for like 40 or 50 bucks. It's something like that. And black blade, black hardware, black pocket clip. Yeah, really cool lock, done extremely well. I really liked it. One thing that I know some people like it, some people don't. But you know when you pull back that crossbar lock and it wants to, and some a lot of them like kick the blade out a little bit. This one does not really. It does it just a little bit, but not a whole lot. It really doesn't. And nowhere near like Benchmade's Access Lock or so many others. So yeah, really interesting how their lock differs from everybody else's. It's crazy how Benchmade loses their patent on that, and and everybody runs with it and improves upon it in slightly different ways, and it seems just like every time somebody comes up with a different way of doing it, it's better and better and just keeps getting better. So that's really cool. So yeah, really cool lock, crossbar lock, and super sweet handles. And solid weight to it, not too light, not heavy. Um, just overall, I'm impressed. I was really impressed, and they had only like maybe 4 or 5 of these, and then they had a copper layered one, a copper foil layered one. So they had the silver aluminum foil, and then they had copper foil, and the copper foil looked really good too. Um, Dang, Ross is like, I wish they would stop. Yeah, I'm not such a big. I'm really not a fan. I could care less personally for the crossbar locks, but it is like I just said. It's really interesting to see how each company takes it and does it a little different. And it seems like every time it gets improved a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. So yeah, I like it. I thought I was very pleasantly surprised by QSP cranking that out. Yeah, it was a cool knife. Cool knife. And I was a little surprised he liked it. Another one that I picked up, the only fixed blade that I picked up is this guy, and shoot, it's Baldman. Hold on. I have the box right here. Yeah. Baldman Knife and Tool. Baldman Knife and Tool. And this is one of their fixed blades. This is the smaller one. They have an XL version, but so the blade is 3.2 inches on this guy. It's got a nice light recurve, just enough. And a good belly to it. Wicked way of doing the rest of the blade there. All the Dremel work done all the way through the entire tang of it. And this is that new material. What's it called? It's got the little specks of rubber in it. Let me pull them up. Baldman Knife and Tool. Instead of me sitting here trying to guess and remember when my brain's been totally washed through so many freaking knives in 3 days, which feels like it was like just a couple of days ago, but it's been a whole week since Blade Show started. Been almost a full week. Oh, I gotta share it, otherwise you can't see what I'm looking at. Duh, Urban. Here we go. All right, so this one. It's the Black Grip Tech. Mine's not. Yeah, with the well, they had the red liners. Mine's the green Grip Tech, and it's got. This one doesn't show it, but I've got kind of like it's like an off-white. kind of like a stone color to light granite colored liners. If y'all can see that. Y'all see the colors of the liners on mine. So yeah, they had this, and they had it in I think a bright orange or yellow, and they had it in a red, and then they had this one. And I figured that with the rest of the handle being green, that having a brighter, but not obnoxiously bright, like the yellow was too much, but that color for the liners, just to create just a little bit of color difference when it's laying on a rock or a stump or whatever, that it's a little easier to see when I'm out there in the outdoors, the few times a year that I get to be in the outdoors. But yeah, great sheath, great retention, and as you can see, I've got the Ulti clip on there. Works really well. And then another thing that was at Blade Show, and it actually won accessory of the year, I think was the title, for the trophy at Blade Show. But it's the Ulti clip. What do they call it? It's that wire clip that enables you to set up a fixed blade sheath for the AF, however you want to pronounce that. But it's a 2-hole horizontal mounted clip, and it's just a wire clip. It's like the design aspect of it is like it's so simple, stupid simple, no brainer, and you kind of like, after seeing it, and I put one. Hold on. I put one on this knife, my NAF's fixed blade, my little NAF's fixed blade. So in order to mount it, you've got to have the holes on the mounting holes have to be on the spine side of the blade sheath. So you can't mount it if you only have holes on the side that the blade edge is matched up to. You have to have your holes on your spine side in order to mount it for scout carry on your waist, on your belt. But yeah, really cool how it works. Just like super simple. It feels like when I was putting it on, and I literally, because they're only $13 at Blade Show. That's all they charge for these clips at Blade Show. It's $13. Normally they're like 15 to 20. I think it ends up being like 22 with shipping if you just get one. But I think they're $15 a pop on their website. But yeah, I mean, it's just so super simple and extremely basic, but it makes total sense and it works phenomenally. Like, instead of having those thick, chunky, horizontal sheath mounts for your belt, this is like when you're trying to put on a small EDC fixed blade, and you're working so hard to get the knife and the sheath to be slim profiled, lay very flat up against you, but then you put this massive, pocket or belt clip that like sticks out like almost a whole nother inch. It defeats everything that you did in the design to try to make it low profile. So this allows you to get that low profile look and comfortable feel when it's on your hip. It's just way better, way better. Really, a generic Ulti clip? Where the hell did you find this generic Ulti clip? On Amazon? I didn't know somebody made a generic Ulti clip. But yeah, they're so sweet. I grabbed like 3 of them, and I've already put ones on 2 of my different small fixed blades, so I've got a third one ready to go for the next EDC fixed blade that I pick up that I want to put it on. But yeah, really cool clip, and it won that award at the show as the best knife accessory or something or another, whatever it's called, whatever it was called. I have it in my phone, but whatever. The last couple of things that I grabbed at Blaze Show. First thing is this guy. Let me go ahead and remove that. So this is a cigar tube made out of an extremely high-end, fancy plastic, composite plastic material that is incredibly strong and durable. And it's got O-rings in the cap. The cap is actually carbon fiber. So and it's 3D printed, and the cap has your little humidor, screw off little cap, and you put a little humidor sponge in there so that your cigar doesn't get dry out and fall apart while it's being stored in the tube. So really cool, carbon fiber cap and high strength composite plastic material, PVC. It's not a PVC, it's something else. He tried to explain it to me and I kind of got lost. I was like, dude, I just want it. I think it's badass and I want it. But yeah, so it's got the washer there, and it's got the washer in the lip too. So yeah, really cool cigar tubes, and of course made in America. Yeah, so this is definitely a step up for me compared to the cheap ass aluminum one that I bought off of Amazon a couple years back. So really happy to pick this up, and it's in a badass maroon red color. I like. He had like a handful of these, and then he had like 5 or 6 that were the tube itself was carbon fiber as well. The guy's brand is, his name is starts with a B, and coincidentally my last name starts with a B too. So it kind of was just like it feels a little bit like it was made for me, right? You know? Yeah. I absolutely love it. I think that's so cool that you can. I've got to look on Amazon afterwards for those little humidor sponges that would fit into the cap of this thing, because I need to get a couple of them. They shouldn't be too much. But yeah, really cool. Really happy about that grab. Another thing I got. If you saw my post on Instagram this morning with the donut, I finally was able to get a hold of one of these this year. Yes. So no, I am not a part of the Fork Club because the Fork Club does not exist officially. But yeah, this one is milled, or not milled, 3D printed titanium. So 3D printed titanium, which is just mind blowing that you can 3D print a metal like titanium. But yeah, like to get this little sheath that it fits in. But this one is this year's version that gives you the fork, prongs, as well as a spoon. And I shit you not, it's contoured. It's curved, but it kind of looks like a spade shovel, or not a spade shovel, a flathead shovel. Yeah. But yeah, this is awesome. I thought this is so cool. And I've, for whatever reason, I missed out last year. They were all gone by the time I got around to that booth where the guy had them at. So this year I made sure, being blessed with with the exhibitor pass, thanks to Sharif. It allowed me to get over there kind of early, basically during the exhibitor only hour. So that was super sweet. So yeah, lots of cool grabs. And then the last thing I got here, I slowly put these away. I had to, when I got home, I had to like clear out drawer space for all these new knives. And I was like, wow, we got so many. But these are such sweet knives. I absolutely love my Grunt. Love it. So cool. So happy to have gotten that one. I feel very blessed. And then this Pictus being the only one. I think he had maybe two. I want to say he had two that had the topo pattern on the handle. So yeah, I was super stoked to have grabbed that one as well. Really happy I was able to get that one. All right, got all of them in there. Get the drop bear out of the way. So then while I was hanging out with the Ross and Nico at the artisan booth, one of the guys was going around with a whole bunch of these fanny packs from Worksharp. So scored myself a free fanny pack. He was just handing them out to the people who were talking to important people, because I'm not an important people, but Ross is. If you don't know Ross from the artisan booth, he's the insanely well. Nico's super nice too, but Ross is just like he is the nicest rep from any knife company. He is one of the top. I'd probably put him in the top 5 or 6. He's just a super nice dude, and yeah, he's way more important than me. Obviously, everybody knows that, right? But yeah, so some guy was running around with a whole bunch of these. He gave one to me, and he gave one to my son. But the other thing that I grabbed that I was super stoked about, I don't know are y'all familiar with the brand Tactica? I don't know if they were at the show last year or not, I'm pretty sure they weren't at the show 2 years ago. But they had some cool knives there. But then they had these things, these little rubber silicone mats, desk mats, and it's got the topo pattern on it, and it's got these curved, shallow pockets on the one side. You get 3 of them, and it's a sweet little mat. It's made its home at the one corner of my dresser, right by the bedroom door. And I'm curious what the measurements are on this thing. It's a almost 11, yeah, pretty much 11 inches by 8.5. So it's like a sheet of paper. It's like a sheet of printing paper. So 8.5 by 11 mat, and they were only $20. $20. And I was like, that is so sweet, like perfect. Like when I like to sit my phone and my wallet, my keys, and my necklace or whatever, just right there on the end of my dresser, right there by the bedroom door. Like now I've got a mat for them to sit on to where they don't fall off. So yeah, love this thing. And I got one for me, and I got one for my son Cody, which Stevie has renamed him, officially named him Freddie from day one. It was super funny because like I had warned Cody I had warned my son. He's 16, by the way. I had set him up so that he knew that Stevie was gonna mess with him because Stevie loves to mess with all of us. And I was like, "This is how Stevie is. This is the way he's gonna be. So just giving you the heads up. He's gonna pick on you a little bit because he's probably gonna like you at least a little bit. So he's definitely gonna pick on you. So just here's your warning." And sure enough, after introducing him, Stevie's like, "Okay, Freddie, it's good to meet you, Freddie. You excited for the Blade Show tomorrow, Freddie?" And Cody's just like, "That's not my name." He's like, "Oh, it's Freddie, right?" And he's like, "No, it's Cody." He's like, "Okay, Freddie, you're Freddie." And it was Stevie being Stevie. And Cody just accepted it. He's just like, "Okay, whatever." But yeah, that was great. That was good. And then Wednesday night during the Maddisfaction live, I wasn't know if I didn't know if Stevie was going to mention it, if he was going to let it out, or if he was going to take it to his grave. The whole thing about the dinner that we had on Sunday at the end of after Blade Show was over on the last day, when we ate at that pizza place. Excellent pizza. Loved their food, but and it was not busy because we were eating at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Um, but yeah, so at that time it was not busy at all. There was like the 8 of us, and then in the lower section, and then in the upper section of the restaurant where they had the bar and they had a tiny little stage with a little DJ guy. So we were about halfway through our meal, and maybe a little bit more than halfway. Yeah, a little bit more than halfway. And then all of a sudden, this guy goes up there and starts playing the music and starts cranking it up a little bit, and then he cranked it back down, and then he cranked it back up. I mean, there must have been maybe 4 customers up there in the upper section to the 8 of us that were down in the lower section. And so he's like, trying to crank the music up and blaring the shit out of it, and it was like some R&B and rap and hip hop and stuff that he was playing with some strong bass to it. And he crank it up, then he turn it down a little bit, and then he crank it back up again. And it was so loud. It was so freaking obnoxiously loud. Like Stevie was borderline pissed because he was trying to talk to Scooter and the guys, and he couldn't talk. He couldn't hear himself think, for crying out loud. And and like we were all kind of irritated by it. And Sharif and Scooter, they were like, Scooter just like bounced out almost right away once we realized that was gonna continue, and not stop, and so he bounced out. He's like, I'm done. I can't do this. And then Sharif is like frantically trying to pay the lady with cash so that he can roll out too. He's like, I don't want to listen to this crap no more either. And the rest of us were like, yes, please, check, please. And so that was funny in itself. And then Sharif didn't realize that in paying with a $100 bill, he gave the waitress a $100 bill and asked if she could break it, and she said, yeah, absolutely, give me a minute. Ran off, came back. From the $100 bill, she gave him 520s, right? Sharif, not thinking, not paying attention, just wanting to get out of there and hurry it up as quick as possible, didn't realize that she gave him what she gave him, and he put down like the $6 or $7 or whatever it was as his tip, and bounced and left. He had no idea. Sharif did not realize that he did not pay his bill. All he left was just his tip. So so when the waitress realized that and was like, "Where'd he go?" and and we all had to catch up real quick. Those of us that were still there. So I mean, uh, Stevie was like, just put his on my card. And so Stevie paid for Sharif's dinner or late lunch that day. But that was good. So I was thinking because he didn't mention it to Sharif when we got outside when we were outside and figuring that everybody was just going to go back to the house. Um, Actually, Cody and I went back to the hotel for like an hour and a half and just chilled. Um, got a little bit of snooze time in but yeah, at the house, like nobody said anything to Sharif. So I thought, based off of that Stevie was just gonna take that shit to his grave, like never tell Sharif that he had to pay Sharif's bill. Like I thought it was just done and over with, and we're not gonna tell Sharif. But so on Wednesday night's live, he blasted it out and made Sharif's face go red a little bit for a little bit. And that was funny. That was good. He did not realize that he had not paid his bill at all. But yeah, it was one hell of a Blade show. It was a good time. I personally absolutely missed a number of individuals. Again, Scott N was not there. That was pretty sad because everybody loves Scott N. He's such an icon to our community. So it's kind of a bummer that he wasn't able to make it. Grumpy was not able to make it, and he's explained why. He's kind of tight finances wise and doing what he can, the best he can, and he's enjoying his peace and quiet lifestyle right now, which I'm all for that. A little bit jealous with having 6 kids, but yeah, hopefully he'll be at next year's. And I was really hoping that some miracle was gonna get G-Ball and his wife down there. Greg, it would have been super sweet to see Greg again, but nope, they weren't there. They didn't make it. John from EMP EDC backed out kind of just a handful of weeks before the show because of something going on with the family, which obviously is way more important than Blade Show. But yeah, I was kind of bummed out that there's no EMP EDC booth to hang out at for a long while. Yeah, tear. No EMP EDC for Irvin this year. It was so sad. So sad. I got over it. Because I was so stoked about getting that Grunt knife. But I did get in the mail literally the Tuesday before leaving for Blade Show, so just a handful of days before leaving for Blade Show, I did get the EMP EDC Pulse R, the Ridiculous. So I did get this bad boy in the mail. So look at that size difference. Look at how much bigger that monster is. Isn't that just way too much fun? Way too much fun. Yeah, I absolutely love how much fun this massive, ridiculous size pulse is. It's just so cool. And amazingly, they fire out just as fast. Yes, it's a chode, Ed. Absolutely a chode. Thinking that because of how much more weight and the sheer size of the blade in comparison, like I was thinking that it would be, a a slightly noticeable difference in the speed of the firing mechanism, but no, the way they did the spring system, they mashed it up. They fire out just as fast, and I compared it to the brand new unused OG Pulse that I have, and yeah, speed is there, which is incredibly impressive. But yeah, I absolutely love this. Like, brings so much joy to have this thing. It's just so cool, so cool. Um, yeah, I did, Ross. They got a website, don't they? They have to have a website. And BNA, I do have right here at the desk. I have my EMP or not, my Lancelot leather tray is right here, and it's always full with stuff, including this guy that you sent me. So yeah, um, he fits in that round part of the tray, which is usually, my memory serves me right from back in school days. Isn't that typically where your vegetables end up, like your green vegetables ended up, or your corn? It was in the round spot. One in this round one, and that where your vegetables ended up going, and then you'd have your milk in one of the squares. I don't remember which square. Obviously, silverware went in the long tray right there. The square pizza that fit perfectly in this large center square, and then you had like a brownie or something in one of the other squares. Oh, memories of grade school lunches. That's what's so cool about having that as your EDC, as one of your EDC trays, is the fact that it's already got so many memories right there. It's right there, so many memories from back in the day. But yeah, Core Edge. I'm trying to remember. They were. Um, yeah. For yes, I did. I handled probably every single. I picked up every single one of their models that they had. Um, and they have a new drop here. I'll share it with you guys. Um, hold on. Remove. Present. Uh, Stop screen. Share screen. They had. I want to say it was this one. Yeah, it was that one that they had, and it was nice. It was nice. Because I was looking at theirs, and I was real curious to see their difference between the Core Edge OTFs and your Axle OTFs. Axle is another or Axial, AXIAL. They are another suite, and they're both very comparable to one another. I like that Axial does a Warncliffe blade on one of their models. But yeah, no, like this sweet DLC uh, bladed Tonto. with those ripples on it, on the handle. Yeah, I mean, they were sweet. They were really, really nice. 3.35-inch blade, which I don't know how everybody else is, but for like the last 3 or 4 years, yeah, like the last 3 years, 3.35 is the perfect blade length for me. I need at least a 4.25-inch handle with a 3.35 blade. 3.35 is the magic number for me. Right there between 3.25 and 3.5, pretty much. Like, I'm good with knives that are up to 4-inch blades, but for my everyday carry, what I gravitate to the most, what feels the most perfect for me, is between 3.25 and 3.5. Anywhere between there. So obviously the middle of that, 3.35. With somewhere around a 4 to 4.5 inch handle, that's my jam. That's become my favorite size for my first number one user in everyday carry. Really, Ding Ross? You think so? I don't know. I like the axials. Let me share. So yeah, I like the one with the one clip blade because that's my blade shape. I mean, clearly, Core Edge is better because better fit and finish and better, they're a higher price point. So let me slightly rephrase. I think that for your money, the axials are plenty good enough to be an excellent value for the price that you pay. I think around 250 to 275 for a 3 inch plus blade of MagnaCut is a really, really solid deal with solid action. May not be the best action, but solid action for an OTF. I think that as a overall value for your money, I believe that Axial has Core Edge beat on that. Core Edge is slightly more premium. They put a premium price, and they've got more respect for being a little bit better. But I like this Warncliffe blade on this one. I really do. I'm a sucker for it. And it's 3.4 inches. Again, like right there in that perfect size for me. So say what you will. Yeah, no, I will not get a live wire. No, thank you. Pass. I get it, Dang Ross. I get it, but again, I don't like the idea of paying over $300 for an OTF. I just don't. Unless it's John, because I love John, and I know John. I have some bit of a relationship with him, and I absolutely love supporting him and everything that he's doing with EMP EDC. So I mean, that's why I have his OTFs, because I just love supporting him, and I love the stuff that he's doing. So, yep. Oh, really? Somebody makes a better clip for it now? For the live wire. Interesting. Did anybody else get any new knives this week? Who didn't get to go to Blade Show? B&A, I need you to show up next year.
Pay for a ticket.
I'll pay for your ticket. I ended up for this year because Sharif kind of somewhat surprised me almost last minute with hooking me up with the exhibitor pass. So I technically didn't need my ticket at that point because I had the exhibitor badge. So I ended up, because everybody else that I knew had already bought their tickets. Ed Harrison, who just showed up kind of made a last minute decision to go. And he hadn't bought his ticket yet. Was just going to buy it when he got there. I just ran my wristband down to him and gave him my wristband. So, yeah. Yeah, I know. So next year you need to clear your schedule, bro. You gotta clear that schedule. Oh, hey, Eagle Scout EDC. I know you being a lefty like me, even though I'm more ambidextrous than a designated lefty. I know that you got a pretty sweet penguin very recently, but check this one out. This is a G10 and 10 foil or aluminum foil and some other clear resin acrylic mashup for the handle scales that really, like, my camera just doesn't do it justice. But it is really, really wicked sweet. It has some like depth to it where you can see how the layers are and everything. And it's got QSP's version of a crossbar lock. So, like, is that not, like, wouldn't you love to have this version in 14C blade steel? But yeah, so I picked up this one for my son. So this is his, and I might pick one up when they become available online. I might pick one up for a giveaway for the future, just because I really, really dig that handle. And the lock mechanism is really sweet too. For those who like that lock mechanism, which ends up being quite a number of lefties, because so many knives are not ambidextrous. Oh yeah. Are you getting a purple one when they drop? Purple one. What's the material? Is it micarta, or is it carbon fiber? Oh, sweet. Out of all the people that we know, it's FRN. Okay, I got you, man. Cool. So B&A, out of all the people that I've met that are TRM fans, nobody so far is bigger of a TRM fan than Scooter. And I did not know that until Blade Show weekend. Like, this dude, he brought a massive case that had probably about 100 knives in it, maybe 70 or 80, but yeah, and like almost a third of them, he probably had at least 20, somewhere between 22 to 26 TRMs. He had a crazy amount of TRMs, and he was just like pulling out one after another and explaining the differences between them, and it was cool because he kind of got to see the growth of the company, the development stages of the company as they changed certain models from having this to having that, and from doing this to doing something else with each of their models. So that was really cool. That was really cool for him to be able to show us all that and how TRM has evolved over the last 5, 6, 7 years. So yeah, that was pretty neat. He is a major TRM fan with a lot of TRM knives. I've never seen that many TRMs come out of one case from one person. Like that was crazy. That was crazy. Um, did Eagle, did you do many lives during Blade Show week last week? Um, or the week before? I mean, I know I missed a number of people's lives because of Blade Show because the pretty much all week last week, like the 3 days before I left, I was just swamped with just making sure I had absolutely everything that I wanted to take with me, and of course I took stuff that I really didn't need to take with me. I always do. I always overpack. Like our car was completely loaded up. My little tiny little urban go kart of a car that I have now. I had that thing absolutely packed, and with all kinds of stuff. I mean, granted, I had Sharif's stuff for his booth, but like I just all my stuff was a lot too. And then my older son, my 16-year-old, he's just like got one book bag, a school book bag that's just stuffed to the brim, and his tablet, and that's it. That's it. That's all this kid had. That's all he had. And I'm like, "You're packed?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "That's all you're bringing? Just the one bag?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's got everything I need." I'm just like, Cody, it's like, you realize how many days you're going to be gone for? And it's Blade Show. You don't have anything else. And he's like, "No, I'm good." He's just like, this dude packs like he's gonna hobo hump it for a month. Like he's just the one bag. He's a very light packer. He's a very light packer, which is good. Was good. It was benefit for me because I really didn't have much more space for his shit.
This wasn't bringing me.
Yeah. Well, you're a woman. That's different. Uh, yeah, they do, Dang Ross. I don't think I knew that either. Maybe, maybe not. Huh. That's interesting. TRM actually makes Demco scales for their US. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I had work this morning, um, and then I swam laps again this afternoon, trying to get back on my diet, which is not going so well, is being more difficult than it needs to be because the wife wanted to go to Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner, and as a family, and I love Buffalo Wild Wings, and I could not help but say no or say yes to it. I couldn't say no. I tried to. My willpower was not strong enough tonight.
But you only ate half of your burger.
But I only ate half of my sandwich type burger. Um, Basically, the patties were like smash burger thin patties. There was like two of them, and then you had Swiss and cheddar cheese, and then we had them loaded up with pickles. It was a good sandwich, but I only ate half, and then I ate the small dinky amount of French fries that they throw on the plate. But yeah, no, I couldn't. Man, I could not do. It's already after. It's 10:15, pretty much here on the East Coast. I could not do a late night. I'm with my sleep apnea. I get way too tired,
And I gotta be at work.
and we both, Mrs. Urban and I, both got to be at work in the morning. So we're gonna call it quits here really, really soon.
I have to be at 6:30 in the morning. We're early.
Well, Eagle Scout, hit me up with with like the top 3 knives that you want to get your hands on, and maybe I could help you out a little bit. If I got something that's on your list, maybe I could send it for you for a month, and then you send it back to me, just so that you can have some time with it. We'll see. Just hit me up on Instagram, bud. See if I can't help you out. I can't hook you up with a TRM though, but I might be able to hook you up with something else. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it a night, fellas. I think we're gonna wrap this up. You guys are having your little side conversation about the scales. That's fine. All right. Well, yeah, Blade Show is exhausting but a lot of fun. But I did miss a lot of people that weren't able to be there, and hopefully I'll see some of them next year. But it was good, still good times. Thank you guys for popping in live. I'm gonna put together a giveaway package for next week, and give you guys something good. Put together something real good. But yep, y'all take care, and I'll be cranking out more videos over the next week for all the new knives that I got. So y'all take care. See you in other lives, other chats. Peace. I'm out of here. See ya. Bye.